In the present case, the trial court, though had not framed a specific issue on limitation, the same could very well fall under the broader issue. The question of limitation can be encompassed within the larger question determined by the first appellate court for determination. The failure of the trial court and the first appellate court to formulate a separate issue, in the view of this court, is not fatal to the judgment rendered by them and has not caused any prejudice to the parties. Further, the trial court, in the performance of its duty mandated under Section 3 of the Limitation Act 1963, has taken up the question of limitation and upon perusal of the overall pleadings and evidence has rightly decided the same. Therefore, we do not agree with the decision of the High Court in remanding the matter to the trial court, that too after this length of time when all materials were available before it. As already indicated above, the concurrent findings of the courts below were sought to be challenged before the High Court. It is a general rule that High Court will not interfere with the concurrent findings of the courts below. In the present case, both the trial court and the first appellate court, after detailed analysis of the oral and documentary evidence let in by the parties, categorically held that the suit was hopelessly barred by limitation. We also find that the evidence produced would abundantly make it clear that Dasappa Govda and thereafter respondent numbers 1 to 3 were well aware of the earlier proceedings and the decree passed in the first suit. The auction purchaser's title was confirmed by court orders, and subsequent transfers were properly registered and recorded. Therefore, respondent numbers 1 to 3, who have knowingly slept over their right to challenge the sale and allowed further rights to flow, cannot later question the sale of larger extent of share in an unpetitioned property. We also do not find any plausible reasons for delay. It is reiterated at this juncture that limitation is a matter of statute and must be strictly enforced, more so when the earlier transaction or sale is well within the knowledge of the parties. This principle assumes greater significance in the present case, where the delay extends to 17 years for filing the suit, despite the fact that they were arrayed as respondents' judgment debtors in the execution proceedings. Furthermore, protection of bona fide purchasers for value is a significant consideration, and any disturbance to their rights or titles after such a long period would create uncertainty in property transactions and undermine the sanctity of court sale. Therefore, we are of the view that the High Court was not justified in remanding the matter to the trial court for fresh trial solely with respect to the issue of limitation, and that the courts below have rightly held that the suit was barred by limitation and respondent numbers 1 to 3 are not entitled for any relief. In such view of the matter, the appeal is allowed. The impugned judgment of the High Court is set aside. The judgment and decree of the trial court dismissing the suit, as affirmed by the first appellate court, are restored. Parties shall bear their own costs throughout. Connected miscellaneous applications, if any, shall stand disposed of.